What's up, guys? Out here with my friend Jen. We're just probably at about almost 8 miles here. We just ran the Kaiwi coast. This is the training that I'm doing for Yukon. I know it seems kind of silly because it's really warm outside and I'm wearing a t-shirt and the water's warm, lots of sunscreen. But it's actually really good training because the water along the Kaiwi coast here is super all over the place, super crazy. It's kind of like being in rapids without the white caps. I mean, the water's refracting off the wall, coming in all directions. So it's really a test of balance and kind of riding the swell coming from Molokai way out there and then it crossing with the refraction off the wall here. So it's all about technique. I've been doing it for a long time. I'm still not good at it, but I just wanted to give you guys kind of an idea of what I do for training out here in Hawaii since we don't really have rivers. Anyway, stay tuned. We've got about maybe, I want to say roughly maybe 7 more miles to go. I'll kind of flip the camera around and give you guys a view of what's in front, or maybe I can't flip the camera around. I'll just show you. Got my GoPro, my speed coach, and of course can't go anywhere without my fishing pole. I'm actually surprised I haven't gotten any bites yet, but I usually get pretty lucky on this Hawaii Kai run, so we'll see. Getting ready to go put the boat in down at the Willamette River. Over here testing out this boat. Not really sure what adjustments I need to make at this point. I feel like there's a few things I need to adjust. Like, it's really annoying when my knees hit this thing, and I feel like my seat either needs to come forward or my feet, like my foot bar, needs to either come back. So I guess we'll have to check on that. And another issue I'm having is that I want to be able to reach these bags down there, and it's kind of sketchy trying to reach them. So I think it'll be annoying trying to have them in the front, you know, by the where your legs and your feet are, but hopefully I can figure something else out. Just left the currency exchange. Felt like we gave them a lot of money and we only came back with 4 bills. But they're really pretty, and I think the exchange rate is 1.30 to every dollar. So even though it looks like we left with less, we left with more. About to cross the Canadian border. Grumpy Cat's first time in Canada. He looks really excited. Oh, look at all these people. And then there's us. How do you feel?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm good.
How do you feel about the drive so far?
Drive's been good. It's been mellow. It's been uneventful. We only have about 36 more hours to go, so it shouldn't be too bad.
How much longer do you think we're going to drive today?
I think we're going to drive 7 more hours.
7 hours?
7 more.
Yep. And then we're going to go back and sleep in the back of the car again.
We're going to go
We're done with showers.
No, we don't need showers. We're just growing hair. And, you know, I got it here and she has it there.
There we are.
Yeah, so, you know, we're all good. We'll find a pond and we'll take a little bath and we'll be stinky.
I was actually thinking that we could take showers in the rest stop sinks.
I brought the shower pack.
Okay, that
so
works
we can
better.
use our little, we got our little water boiler, and we'll mix hot water and cold water, and we'll take our little showers outside.
All right, we're about to go through the Canadian border, so we have to act very, very serious. All right.
Go Trump.
Hopefully next time I come on film, it won't be from Canadian jail. Morning, guys. Survived my first night in the camper. It's actually pretty comfortable. Got my sleeping bags and pillows. Thought for sure I was gonna get claustrophobic, but I didn't, so I'm really stoked about that. It's a beautiful day. I'm gonna start driving again. Catch you guys later. How many bears have we seen?
Somewhere between 11 and 13, I think.
I think we saw 9 adult bears and 4 babies, and one of those bears we're pretty sure was a grizzly bear.
Yeah, it was pretty nutty.
Yeah. This is definitely bear country. They are everywhere. About 9 hours from Whitehorse, and we stopped at this cute little lodge called Red Goat. Beautiful lake, all these campsites along here. I think we're gonna keep going though, because we are still pretty far from Whitehorse and we don't want to have a full day of driving tomorrow. So, oh, I just saw a fish jump. Oh! What's up, guys? Out here in British Columbia on this beautiful lake. I have no idea what it's even called. John and I pulled into this camp area probably about, I'd say roughly about 9:30, 9:45 last night. We had been driving for a while and passed on a couple towns because they seemed super sketch, and we miraculously just pulled up to this sign that said there was camping. So we drove down this gravel road. On the way down, it was probably about 300-400 meters down this windy gravel path. Saw a black bear run across the road. So that whole saying about, you know, there's a bear in the forest, well, there really is. There are bears. They're literally everywhere. I think we've counted about 18 by now, and also saw a couple of fox too, which was pretty cool. Yeah, so we're just here paddling in the morning, trying to get a little workout in before we start driving. About 6 hours to Whitehorse. I am just floored by the beauty of this place. I mean, it's indescribable. As you can see, I mean, it's just, there's not a sound. It's only the birds chirping, the water moving, and I mean, I feel like I'm in a dream right now. So we're gonna go enjoy, probably explore around the islands over there and see what this beautiful country has to offer. I'm very amazed, very thankful. Aloha. This is just absolutely insane. We're out here, it's about 8 o'clock in the morning, in the middle of this absolutely stunning lake. Sad to say right now, I can't even remember the name of it. John and I pulled off here at about, I'd say about 9:30, 9:45 at night. We just pulled off of the main Alaskan highway. It said there was camping. We drove down probably about, I don't know, 500 yards down a path. Actually saw a bear running across the gravel road as we were coming down, and a bunch of fox, and we came out into this beautiful body of water. The water is absolutely emerald, stunning green. Quiet, serene, really just can't hear a thing, only nature. Absolutely amazing. I am just floored. Woo, this is unreal. I bet you can, oh, look at that. That is how clear the water is. It's like a swimming pool out here. Can't wait to go swimming later in this 30-degree water. Just got to Lake Lahash, I think is how you pronounce it, campgrounds. Got our wood. There's lots of mosquitoes here, and there was even a sign that said that this was bear country. So we're a little scared. Hopefully we don't see any bears, and if we do, hopefully they're from a distance. So I think we figured out why they call this Yukon River Quest Race to the Midnight Sun. You see how light it is outside? It is 11:30 at night. It's almost midnight and it is still light outside. That's pretty crazy. Got a fire going. Got some mountain chili going here. And of course, the Pinot Grigio Rosé from Willamette Valley, where I'm from in Oregon. This is going to be a very interesting race, especially if it stays this light all night long. Woo, what's up guys? We're over here at Lac Lahash in British Columbia, Canada. About to take the Kahele out. This beautiful lake, absolutely stunning. Gonna take my Wenonah Voyager out for its maiden voyage. I'm trying to kind of simulate the race here, so I have everything set up the way, mostly the way I'm going to have it set up during the race. So I've got my important dry bags back here, got my baler, I just velcroed it to the side, velcroed my water pack in case, you know, something happens. I know my last race when I flipped over, my water bag ended up way in the back of my boat and I couldn't reach it anymore. So most important stuff is going to stay close. Got my pair of, you know, dry clothes, rain gear, extra gloves. Let's see what else I have in here. Oh, of course, my NRS paddler medical kit. That is super important. And then another couple things I have close by. I do have some chargers. Not really sure if I have to keep those close yet. Up in the front down there, I have my 110 liter bill bag set up with a tent in there and my stove and also my sleeping bag. Definitely not going to keep my phone right there. One mistake I did make, this map case is not quite big enough for my maps, so I'm going to have to figure that one out. Have my brand new Kealoha paddle, custom made by Dave Chun, especially for this race, so I'm super excited about that. Got all my stickers on. Of course, my favorite, Kealoha Puakea Designs, NRS. Also, thank you NRS for getting me hooked up with this solid gear. Got my paddling gloves on, hydro skin. These things are super comfortable. Got my silk weight UPF 50 shirt. Of course, I got my Ion Life jacket, and I think I'm set to go. And I'm gonna go ahead and bring my NRS Phantom jacket just in case it gets a little chilly. I think the wind's picking up on the lake, and I'll kind of take you guys down here and show you how absolutely beautiful this water is. Look at how clear that is. So crazy. big mistake I made, brought my fly rod, forgot the reel. So we're gonna have to figure that one out because Johnny's convinced he's gonna catch his first salmon, which I really hope he does. Just a few seconds ago, we did see a bald eagle flying out there, and we also heard what we think was a coyote across the way. So I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go paddle across the lake over that way. Hopefully I don't flip. If I do, I'm ready. Maybe paddle around that little island over there and then come back and start driving towards Whitehorse. All right, guys, catch you later. What's up, guys? We're here almost to Whitehorse. Finally made it to the Yukon River. This is the river I'm going to be paddling 444 miles on. This is a section that I'm not starting on. It actually starts in Whitehorse, but this is still a section of the beginning of the river. So super excited, can't wait. Race starts in 3 days. See you on the water. Hey guys, here just doing the final preparations for the race. It starts tomorrow at noon, so I'm just kind of getting everything laid out and making sure that everything is how I want it to be. I'm trying out this new system here where I'm basically tying a string to the end of these dry bags that have all of my things that I'll be needing throughout the race, and they go all the way up along the sides of the canoe. And they're velcroed, and I basically have what is in the bag, so I can just grab the string and pull it up. My dad gave me the suggestion. I guess a winning team from a previous year had done this before and it worked really well, so hopefully it works out for me. Everything else I have in here, just water. Still have to get the cover on and a couple more dry bags to hold the other necessities. And if you guys want to follow me, my number is 120 right here. You can go on yukonriverquest.com and follow the race. See you guys on the water. Hey guys, we're here on the Yukon River in the first section of the race. Put-in was at Rotary Park, probably about 9 kilometers that way. Have about probably 8 more kilometers that way before we hit a pull-out. It's pretty much all I'm going to do today is 20 kilometers. Try to see on my map what the name is called. It looks like the Puakea River. It's basically where that river drains into the Yukon. So just kind of give you guys an idea of how fast the water's moving. Probably moving a little less than 4 kilometers per hour. So me not paddling right now, that's how fast I'm going. So there is a little bit of a push, which is great. There's definitely sections that are more of a push than others, but this section seems to be pretty flat and absolutely amazing. I wouldn't be surprised if I saw a bear. Check it out. Crazy, beautiful view. There's a lot of people practicing today. There was a practice run going on. Looks like there's a picnic table back there, which super awesome. Pull off the side of the river, have a little picnic in the middle of nowhere. There's literally nothing around. Me and nature. Pretty rad. All right, check in with you guys later. Hey guys, so we're about 2.2 miles until the takeout in the Puakea River. Hopefully I'm pronouncing it right. As you can see, the water is not moving very fast. It's actually moving fairly slow. I'm probably averaging about 8 kilometers an hour, maybe 9, 10 at the most. Just depends on how hard I paddle. I've only gone probably about 18 kilometers, a little bit less, and it's already pretty tiring. I mean, it's definitely an effort. You definitely have to paddle. If you stop and just float, you'll go, like right now I'm going 0.9 kilometers an hour. So obviously the river is not moving very fast in this section. Most of it was pretty slow like this, and I'm assuming throughout the whole entire 444 miles it's gonna shift back and forth a lot. So brakes, no brakes, brakes, no brakes. It's definitely gonna be a rough one, but it's absolutely beautiful. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and finish up my 2 kilometers here. Here we are on the last 9.5 kilometer stretch to Policeman's Point. I put in at the Tahini River where I pulled out yesterday just to get used to this section of the water. Actually not gonna go all the way to Policeman's Point because it's a crazy, muddy, holy road there, and I don't want Johnny to have to go through that again because we were going sideways at one point. It was really scary, so I'm not gonna make him go through that until tomorrow. So we're gonna just pull out down here at, like I said, 9.5 kilometers. It's a little bit farther, probably another, I would say 5 to 10 kilometers to Policeman's Point. We're gonna pull out off of Burma Road. So hopefully I can see him screaming for me on River Left, because if not, guess we're going to Policeman's Point. All right, catch you guys. That's it. Hey guys, so we are out here a day before the race where the Yukon River connects to Lake LaBarge. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it. But anyway, there's the opening of the lake. That's going to be 31 miles across, and I believe it takes 23 miles to get here to Policeman's Point. It was a little bit sketchy driving down Policeman's Road. As you can see, Johnny's truck is caked in mud. We were sliding around, almost hit a couple trees, totally scary. So hopefully everyone who needs to get down here tomorrow is safe. So yeah, this is going to be the first checkpoint to make it to tomorrow. So see you guys tomorrow. All right guys, so good news. I have everything in my boat that I'm going to be taking on the first section of the race to Carmax, which is about 200 miles. And my boat does not feel heavy. I don't feel like I'm being slowed down at all. I feel super stable, so I think my weight distribution is working well, and I think it's going to be a great race. I'm super stoked. Checking with you guys tomorrow.
I want you just to say to you, as you're doing it, steering through the nutrition conference, just give a shout out to all the nutrition.
Right now, that's my competition right there, number 98. She's won this race 3 years in a row. Probably gonna win it 4 times. sell all your shit. What?
What?
Come on, what do you want? We got hammer gels, we got bananas, we got half-eaten oatmeal, we got soup, we got bear spray.
This is what happens after 250
We
miles.
got jackets for sale, we got
Absolutely.
dry bags.
Gone Looney Tunes.
I'm for sale.
Oh yeah, that's gonna get me a lot of money.
Okay, stop. Hey guys, really having to force this smile right now. I'm about 2/3 of the way in from the Yukon River Quest. Right now I am going through, I have to steer my boat while I'm talking. Right now I'm going through this section that just has hundreds of islands, so it's all about knowing how to navigate. I do have a map with me, but it's really hard to tell which island is which and exactly where you're at. So this part of the race, being as tired as I am, to give you an idea of how much sleep I've gotten, the race started at 12 noon Wednesday the 26th, and I have had 1 hour and 30 minutes of sleep, and it is, gosh, I don't even know what time it is right now, but anyway, it's been over 40 hours. So that kind of gives you an idea how tired I am right now. I did hallucinate a couple things, mostly just hallucinating that there are people nearby or in the distance, and it just turns out to be logs or whatever, rocks. I get tripped out for a minute. Hey guys, it's Friday the 28th at 10 a.m. I am about 2/3 or so into the Yukon River Quest, 444 miles from Whitehorse to Dawson City. The race started Wednesday the 26th at noon. Since then I have had 1 hour 30 minutes of sleep, so I am absolutely exhausted right now. I keep hallucinating things. Luckily it hasn't been anything scary yet. It's mostly just thinking that I see people or my competition behind me or in front of me, and it ends up just being a rock or a log. Yesterday I did see a sloth. There are no sloths in the Yukon, but I sure did see one, and I was talking to him. He kept me company for a while. It's crazy what your mind can do with lack of sleep under high endurance situations, but I'm really trying hard right now to keep it together. I just left one of the monitoring points. I believe it was probably the 6th or 7th monitoring point in the race, called Minto, and it was actually the last monitoring point that you are able to pull out of the race without a $500 penalty, because someone, you know, has to rescue you, because it's the last road access before Dawson City. I did stop there, had a cookie or 5 and some coffee from the lovely volunteers that have been so amazing in supporting this race the whole way through. I mean, when you pull over at these monitoring points, they have like everything you were thinking in your head. So it's been really a blessing, you know, that all these people, of which a lot of them aren't even from the Yukon, they actually come here to support the racers in this race, which I think is just absolutely phenomenal. So they've been a big part in keeping me going. So I pulled into CarMax, I guess it would be last night at about 5:57 p.m. It was a 7-hour layover. That's where I got my 1.5 hours of sleep. I couldn't sleep. My body hurt. I had a good cry. Really had to convince myself to get back in the boat because I really just, it's not that I didn't want to, I just didn't physically think it was possible. I thought for sure I had a fever, but I checked my temperature and it's normal. So obviously my body's just, you know, overheating. I probably have a bit of a sunburn. Most challenging, you know, things in this race have been the low water level. It's making it so that a lot of it, you know, it hasn't created a lot of flow. So it really just feels like you're paddling in a lake, which, by the way, the first section of this race, 23 miles, was river, and it was moving decent enough, kind of so-so in choosy sections. And then right after that, we had to go another 53 miles, no, 31 miles, sorry, in a lake. The lake is known for having crazy storms out of nowhere, and let me tell you, 2019 is one for the books, because there was definitely a crazy storm. That's actually where a lot of people chose to scratch the race, either because they got hypothermia, because they weren't prepared for the rain that came and lasted forever, or the wind, or, you know, they just couldn't power through the headwind and the storm, the rain. So it's really sad. I feel like, you know, when stuff like that happens, a lot of people panic and they don't realize that, you know, there is a cutoff time to get to CarMax, and it's enough, you know, so that one could, you know, pull off the lake essentially for a couple hours or even more, and, you know, still make up time and be able to make it to CarMax. But I think it just trips a lot of people out, and, you know, it really just sucks your soul, sucks your energy out. I know for me it was hard because I'm in a C1 and there's no rudder, and I'm not very good at steering, but let me tell you, after 444 miles, I'm going to be a pro. As you can see right now, you probably can't see it, but I'm like spinning in circles. And it's not because I'm not paying attention, it's more so because there are a lot of boils on the river, and they just grab the front of the boat or the back of the boat and just spin it in whichever direction, you know, the river feels like taking you. So that's really frustrating. My elbows are shot right now, my shoulders, my neck, my back, my stomach, my knees, my feet, my ears, like literally everything hurts. Everything hurts right now. I've just kind of been going through moments where, you know, I just sit here and I'm like, okay, you know, run when you can, walk if you must, crawl, you know, if you can. So I'm kind of just going back and forth, like trying to remind myself, okay, let's give it a power 20. Even I don't even have any power to give a power 20, but I give it what I can. You know, just having to remember that I'm gonna have my moments where I'm like, you know, I'm over this, you know, so I just kind of gotta constantly check myself. Sometimes I'll pull over to one of these islands if I just need to just do a quick stretch, stand up. I've repositioned myself in this boat so many times. You can sit kind of with your knees up, you can sit with them down in the cockpit, or back behind you kind of in a kneeling position. So I'm thankful for that. Haven't really had too many issues with butt rash this time around like I did for MR340. I mean, by the time I got out of that race, it was just hamburger meat. So I don't know what the deal is, but my buns are pretty good, so that's a plus. I do have a bunch of blisters on my hands, so I've wrapped them up in tape around my fingers and put these Hydroskin gloves on by NRS. They're absolutely amazing. I think they really limited the amount of blisters that I ended up with. And after putting the blister dressing and tape and then the gloves on, everything seems to be okay. So next monitoring point. I believe actually monitoring point 7 is the next one. I'll probably get there in about, I don't know, maybe 8-10 more hours. And once I get there, I'm gonna get out again, stretch, have some coffee, you know, check myself again, ask myself why I'm doing this. And yeah, from there, next stop will be Coffee Creek. It's a really, really long time and long mileage until I get there, but that'll be my last mandatory 3-hour layover. No support allowed. It's actually kind of in the middle of nowhere, so you basically just have to hop in your sleeping bag and lay on a tarp and hope to God you can get some sleep, because after that it's a long haul to Dawson. And I hope that the next video I do is me crying tears of joy. I'm about to start crying right now. My emotions are so off. This long distance stuff is so emotional. You just, you know, go in and out of anger and sadness and happiness and question and frustration. So hopefully, like I said, the next video will be of me crying and smiling and laughing and saying I made it. So stay tuned, guys. Thanks for listening to me rant. I have no one else to talk to out here but myself, Mr. Unicorn in the front of my boat, and whatever weird sloths that I see hiding in the rocks. All right, ciao, ciao. Okay, you guys are not gonna believe what just happened right now, and I have photos to prove it, like perfect nature moment. I was on the water and I saw this huge bird, who I think was a hawk, flying through the air, swooped down, grabbed a fish, and flew on a ledge. And then when I passed by him and took a picture, he literally dropped it on me. What the hell? What is going on? Am I hallucinating right now? I feel kind of like an a-hole because I felt like maybe I disturbed him even though I didn't go too close, or maybe he was like sharing it with me. Absolutely mind blown. Now I don't know what to do with this thing. I feel like I should lay it on the side of the bank so that an animal will find it and eat it. I'm blown away. I'm so tired right now. I don't even know what the heck is going on. It kind of makes me want to cry. Hey guys, we are just, by we I mean me, I am just leaving Coffee Creek. That was checkpoint 5, the last checkpoint before Dawson. Had a really rough go, that section. I became severely dehydrated, which I'm sure everyone else did as well. Or possibly over dehydrated or too much electrolytes but not enough water, I'm not sure. I was hallucinating pretty bad. Definitely had a mental breakdown. I am so humbled by this race. I never, expected it to be this way. This is nothing like MR340. Your navigation skills have to be absolutely on point. I'll try to turn the camera around so I can kind of show you guys just an idea of, you can kind of see here, all these islands that you have to maneuver through and go around. And I tell you what, it is not as easy as it looks. I mean, you can't just look at the map and try to figure out, which island is which, unless it's, one very distinct one. But when there's that many islands on the river map, it's just a complete oh my gosh, I don't even know what to say. I mean, it's just so confusing. It doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. I've gotten lost a few times. When I started hallucinating, I got lost and somehow ended up on a back creek that was flowing towards me. Paddled through it. Before this last checkpoint, we did actually have 10 hours of super extreme gnarly headwind. So a few people scratched in that section, which I don't blame them. I mean, I wanted to give up so bad. It was like after hours and hours of paddling and only 1 hour of sleep, you know, to be battling a headwind for 10 plus hours was just a soul sucker. Yeah, I don't know. I was in the middle of the pack for pretty much, you know, most of my race, and then I fell off. I'm not disappointed about it. I will be happy if I finish. That's definitely what I came here to do. I did not come here to win. I came here to be humbled, and I am completely humbled by this race, and anyone who is thinking about doing it or has attempted to do it and, you know, wants to go at it again because you didn't finish, you know, props to you, because I don't think I'll ever do this race again, to be honest with you. It's not because it wasn't wonderful, but it really is that difficult. I mean, it really does deserve and earn the title, the hardest race in the world. It's mind-blowing to me. It's just so insane. Which, by the way, we are in the middle of nowhere, you know, headed towards upper Yukon, and I mean, I've seen it all. I've seen wolves, I've seen bears, I've seen golden eagles, I've seen, oh my, I just saw something walking down the beach. It must have been a lynx or something. I couldn't tell from really far away, but absolutely extraordinary, the nature out here. I mean, you can't compare it to anywhere else in the world. I mean, that I've been, at least. I mean, we are but a speck on this tiny little planet, and this is definitely Mother Nature at its best. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to get to Dawson. I'm probably not gonna paddle that hard. Right now I'm going about 6 kilometers per hour just sitting here, so I'm gonna put my paddle in the water and try to make it. Check you guys later.
What do you have to say?
I don't even know who I am anymore. Are you real?
444 miles? Are you kidding me? And you have a
I think
smile
I
on
went
your
like
face?
4:45.
Oh, you cheated?
I did a little extra turn or two.
Unbelievable.
Oh,
Something for the finish line.
I'm just happy to be here. I had some, I can't even, I'm gonna cry.
Cry all you want. It's fine.
Stop. Go.
That was a weak one. Oh, that's kind of cool though.
I didn't even do it. It did it
I
itself.
told you. See, I was telling you. You didn't listen to me. What do you got to say here?
That's for the 440 miles of hell. Cheers.